All right. Are we ready
Oh, I've been ready for this game, brother.
for this game? There's a lot to say about this one, and that was Seahawks Rams, a game where I predicted a score of
Mm.
21-20, and the score of
Chat, make sure
this,
you lock into this conversation. We
yes,
gotta write the comments, ask all the questions. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a good one.
this is going to be a great one. And neither team had trailed since week 6. As I said, I predicted the Rams to win by 1 point. So I did kind of hedge with the Seahawks covering the spread. And they did cover the 2.5 point spread because the Rams won 21-19. And in this game, it was a pretty bizarre sort of game script where the Rams jumped out early with 2 touchdowns, Devontae Adams and Kyron Williams. But then what we then saw was pretty wild because Sam Darnold over the course of this game would throw 4 interceptions. But what we'll see in the time of possession chart is the Rams possessed the ball throughout this game for 22 minutes and 11 seconds. And the Seahawks possessed it for 37 and 50. So about 38 minutes to 22 minutes time of possession. Over the course of the second and third quarter of this game, the Seahawks possessed the ball for 20 minutes and 30 seconds compared to the Rams' 6.5. So they just completely dominated the ball time of possession when it came to the Rams just could not get drives to come together. They were 3 for 11 on third down. Whereas the Rams, they were throwing these interceptions, but they were able to have these continuous drives and, sort of run the ball and move the chains a little bit with Sam Darnold. He was 29 of 44, 279 yards. So, like, not bad from, like, a production standpoint, but 0 sacks for both quarterbacks, too. But those 4 interceptions, I mean, that was really the reason they lost because if they didn't have just one
Oh
of those
my god.
interceptions, it could have been a field goal on that drive. And I'm pretty sure all 4 interceptions were to Rams defenders. It's not like they were tipped interceptions. Like,
Mm-mm.
they were bad reads. So, um, only
Sorry to
100.
cut you off, Scotty, but Hurst
Go
just
ahead.
had an amazing 25-yard. It looked like about a 25-yard run. He was able to pick up the first down. It was third and 11. Holy Lord, that dude looked magical, bro. I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna lie to you.
very fiery. 45 passing yards from Jared Goff and 20 from Jalen Hurts, who's 4 of 13. Man, he did have a beautiful run, but that is a pretty scary game script for anyone who bet overs for anyone in this game. But yeah, talking about Rams, Seahawks, I don't know. I feel like this is a bit of a victory lap for me. I had the Rams in first place. I said they were better than the Seahawks. I said, listen, if it's close, I'll move up the Seahawks. I do intend on moving them up. I was impressed with how they hung in this game, but I think my core critique of this team still remains the same. Whereas, like, if your quarterback is gonna play like this in a matchup, you'll probably see in the playoffs. This was a test of a game, and they were this close. They really were. And I felt like the Rams got a little lazy, but they were able to pull it off. I don't know. What's your guys' main takeaway from this game? Because I feel like you can't feel that bad
What
about the loss.
what
I will say that.
what's my take about it is if you look at the score, you don't look at 4 interceptions. When you look at the score, you don't look at what's it called? It doesn't really tell the story of what really happened in that game. This game should have been ran away personally by 2.5 scores, if not freaking three. Um, and to me, this kind of shows that this Ram, what's it called? This Ram offense is not producing that the way they should have, or we could also look at it as that this Seattle defense is truly like that to what's it called, be able to keep the Seahawks in it, and the Seahawks, no matter what situation they're in, is still able to keep fighting to be productive in the games, especially against somebody like the Rams, who has given work to, I feel like, a lot of Scott, as you like have like them ranked, like a lot of teams that you have like ranked, I guess, higher than them. And that's where it's like, um, I guess my whole thing is like, um, if this team was, I guess you could say, more had more time, more chemistry, actually had time to mature. This is like Sam Darnold. Yes, he's been in the league for a long time. The cast around him hasn't. the people in that Seattle Seahawks team is still like relatively young. So for someone who's so experienced, a more experienced team to be that close to a young up and coming team, yo, this is for me a dub from the Seahawks to be able to keep and compete the way they did against them. Like it was sick.
So who do you think is better?
I
Oh,
think
right
Seattle.
now, I think Seattle. Yeah, 100%. I still stay there, 100%.
They lost.
I don't know how you look at. I don't know. You can look at how you turn the ball over 4 times and you only lose by 2. I think that's a win for Seattle.
Because no matter
So I
what
also,
in the next game, go ahead.
what I was gonna say is like no matter what, when I do play again, Sam Darnold's not gonna throw the ball. He's not gonna throw 4 interceptions again.
How
That
do
was
you
the
know
worst
that?
game you've seen all year.
How do you know that?
I mean, it's pretty egregious to throw 4 interceptions. So I doubt we're gonna
If he
see
threw
that
back to
again.
back,
I
yeah, if he
mean,
threw it back to back, yo, I might just sit here and be like, you know what,
I
you were
mean,
right.
I mean,
But
it's one thing if a guy has a tipped interception, sort of game, but this is no accident. Chris Shula has done this to him now 3 times over the past like 15 months. It was that first time that they played that Vikings team in the regular season, and then they played them in the playoffs, and it happened. It was the same thing, and now we've seen it again this year. Chris Shula has Sam Darnold's number. I don't think this is some fluke, and not for nothing. If I didn't say it coming into this game that this is going to be his biggest challenge, and then we see this result, and we're now going to say we're going to ignore that, I think is honestly a load of crap. I think this is legitimate
okay.
proof of what I was expecting and saying, listen, this Seahawks team, their most impressive wins, Steelers, Jaguars, Commanders, and then the Cardinals.
We saw the
Without
Jags, what they did today.
so
without
four,
and then their losses, 49ers, who we're seeing are a capable team, the Buccaneers are a capable team, but it doesn't seem like they are elite teams. So when I was coming into this and I was saying I think there is a difference with this Rams and the Seahawks team, I think the Seahawks have the best defense in this game. I think the Rams have the best offense in this game. And a big reason for that is the guy at quarterback, because you are only going to go as far as he is going to take you when it comes to playing teams like this. And for Sam Darnold to come out and look like that, and for Stafford to just have 2 passing touchdowns, 130 yards, 15 of 28, but not have that crucial interception or take any sacks in this game and just run the operation and trust his team, I think is what allowed them to stay ahead in this game, because it's not like, Seattle wasn't pressing them. This was a 1 possession game, essentially the entire game, with the exception of early on in the first quarter when the Rams went up 14-3. The Seahawks kicked a field goal the very next drive, and then they went into the half 9-14, 12-14 by the end of the third. Rams score a touchdown. It's a 9-point game now, and that was when it really got out of reach. That's what a good football team does. They're staying ahead. They had a quarterback who was running the offense well and a head coach who was doing an excellent job of orchestrating this win for this Rams team. And I think just looking at the team overall, I think the ugly wart in this game was Sam Darnold. And for you to say the Seahawks look like they might be the best team, roster, outside of the quarterback, I agree. But with Sam Darnold having this type of performance again, I don't know how you can move into the playoffs and say, I don't think playoff Sam Darnold's going to show up because we just saw him.
Joey, let's reminisce. Last year, when Darnold was on the Vikings, right, and they played the Rams, that last drive, we were about on the 4-yard line, right, on that last drive, and he had to go down the field. But what happened? He choked. So now this time, where was he on that last drive?
He got him into field goal range.
He got him in the field goal range from where?
Yeah, right on the line. Where
right on the 3 to 4 yard line, from the same spot. Literally, when I watched that last drive, it literally threw me back, because in that moment, Scotty, I would have right there with you. You know what? He's a choke artist. He can't do it. And it was at that moment that I was like, the Lord has put him in this position to see what he can do. Can he fix the ish he done messed up in the past, Scotty? And what transpired? He was dicing up the Rams defense to put him in the position to get the field goal. Is it his fault they didn't make it? No. But I understand where you're coming from. I know it's coming. That he put them in the position that I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And I know he put him in the position that he could have been way higher if he didn't make those interceptions. I know it's coming. I know what's coming. But Joey, go crazy.
Danny, this guy's taking a victory lap off a missed field goal, a missed game-winning field goal.
No, I'm not taking a victory lap.
That's really what it comes down to.
Because you guys are approaching this game.
If he makes that field goal, it's a different conversation. They won the game with 4 interceptions from Sam Darnold. They had the game won.
I understand, but with the conversation,
Sam Darnold did everything you needed to do there.
The point you two are trying to make to me right now is you're upset that Sam Darnold, who threw 4 picks in this game, didn't get bailed out by a 61-yard field goal. Is that really what we're saying right now? We're upset he didn't get bailed out. They kept him in the game the whole time, the defense. Did you remember what I said about time of possession? They held this Rams team, this Rams offense, the defense, held them to 6 minutes and 30 seconds for the second and third quarter. And you know what Sam Darnold proceeded to continue to do? Throw another 3 interceptions over that span of time. And you're upset that they didn't make a 61-yard field goal at the end of the game, and you want to say, no, he did what he had to do for the team. No, he didn't. He didn't. He put them in losing position. They had 20 minutes of opportunity with the offense, and he proceeded to continuously throw at 2 Rams defenders. Like that, Sam Darnold will tell you in his post-game interview, he's got to play better for them to win that game. He'll tell you.
Their last 2 drives, they scored a touchdown to bring it into 1 score, and then he took them to the field goal range. They just missed the field goal. That's the difference. That's the real difference here is they missed the game-winning field goal. They had this game won. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Well,
with turning the ball over 4 times, that to me is a testament on the Rams not being able to do anything with those turnovers because they were +4 in the turnover.
I think they were just playing it conservative because they knew after the second interception he'd throw 2 more. I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but it seriously seemed like they're playing because they could not convert. They were 2 for 11 on 3rd down. They were not trying to be aggressive and go for it that much on 4th down. They went 2 for 3.
I think they were being aggressive. They're playing the best defense they've seen all year. It's kind of why.
Right. They were 2 for 3, but they were struggling outside of those red zone plays. Because in the red zone, they were 3 for 4, but when it came to moving the ball between the 20s, they couldn't do it. So they said, you know what, if we go 3 and out, we go 3 and out. If we only get 1 first down, it is what it is. Because I'll still trust. We don't know what would have happened if Stafford had the ball last in this game. Say there was a minute left after that field goal. We don't know that they would have had a couple plays that they were saving just in case for that situation. They didn't have to reveal that. So, for this Rams team, I don't know how you can really escape this game. Still seeing Seattle as better. Yes, they were in position to win, but when you get that type of play from your quarterback, you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, I know what I'm getting from this Rams team, and I know there's a chance that he could go down and win the game. And with Darnold, it's unfortunate. I'll give it to you guys. He could have redeemed himself in this game, but it didn't work out. And you know what? That's a consequence of throwing 4 picks. Is you wouldn't have to be in that situation if you didn't do that. So I'm definitely going to move them up, the Seahawks. I'll be fair about it. There's a lot of teams right now. Yeah, because you know what? This Lions team right now doesn't look too hot. This Eagles team, they're just winning games with 20 passing yards from Jalen Hurts. It's the same thing. But is that really what's gonna win you guys the Super Bowl? I don't know.
And clearly they beat all these teams, so
yeah.